Hello and welcome back. I'm back. I kind of took a break from making videos for a while. So I'm back, and today is gonna be my first official review of Resident Evil 8 Village. Okay, so let's talk about this game, alright? So the first thing I want to say about Resident Evil Village, alright, and I've written some notes on my notepad. Okay, so first of all, this is Resident Evil. What happened to Resident Evil? Am I playing Resident Evil Village or am I playing Resident Evil Van Helsing? Because it feels more like the movie Van Helsing than a Resident Evil game. Where are my zombies? Uh, yeah. A majority of the enemy types are all like either lycans or werewolves. Okay, interesting choice. Alright, um, sure. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is yeah. So okay. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all can see the whole Lady Dimitrescu scene back there, but yeah. So okay, let's see. Okay, so far I can say that I like the game. Okay, despite there not being much in terms of zombies like Resident Evil formula had back in the days. Uh, but yeah, like it's an interesting choice to go with the whole lycan thing and the werewolf thing. So yeah, it feels more like a Van Helsing style or those Universal monster movies where there's like Frankenstein and werewolves and witches and like stuff and vampires and all that kind of shit. So yeah, it feels more like that. So that's what I can compare it to, definitely. Um, yeah, there's elements from it. Like for example, Lady Dimitrescu is the vampire, so she's basically Dracula. Uh, the lycans and the werewolves are basically a wolfman, and Heisenberg, he is basically Doctor Frankenstein, and he has a monster that he built that's basically his version of Frankenstein's monster. Oh, and not forgetting Moreu as well. He's basically like the creature from the Black Lagoon. So yeah, there's like a lot of Universal monsters kind of references, and I guess that's what they kind of based it off of. Alright, so one thing I like to mention about the Lycans is that they remind me a lot of the hybrid from the Underworld movie, like appearance wise. So yeah, there's that. And also, like when fighting them, I feel that there's this weird thing where like when you shoot them in the head with a fucking pistol, they their heads explode. Like how is that even possible? They look big and beefy and muscular and all that, but they have easily like poppable hits. So I call that the melon effect. So yeah, basically hits popping like a watermelon. So yeah. So there is a section in the game where pretty much it feels a lot like what PT or Silent Hills should have been. The cancelled project by Hideo Kojima. So we kind of see a return of the Sync Baby in the form of a giant baby that chases you in the section. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so let me talk about Lady Dimitrescu, or Lady D as I like to call her. Come on, I mean, look at what's going on with the internet. She's hot. So yeah, she's I guess the tallest MILF on the planet in terms of video game logic. So yep, there's that, and yeah, definitely has gotten everyone riled up. All right, let's talk about environmental fears or environmental scares rather. So this game has a lot of environmental scares. For example, like they have the whole like twigs rustling in the wind, sudden noises, and yeah, those kind of things. So yeah, very very like immersive, I guess you can say. Like I have gotten like heightened sense of hearing, so like whenever I hear a little bit of noise, I like get alerted to it. So yeah, there's definitely that going on with this game, which is a good thing though. All right, so next I want to talk about the merchant. Okay, so here's a tough one though. Hashtag not my merchant. Sadly, um, yes, the Duke has charm and charisma and all that, but I don't know. I'm just not getting the same old vibe as a good old merchant from Resident Evil 4 because he's the OG. You can't beat. You can't beat. What are you buying? And I'll buy it at a high price. You know. So, thank you. But yep, definitely not really a fan of the new merchant. Okay, so in the background you can see there's a boss fight that's going to go on, and let me just talk about that. Some of the boss fights are kind of easy, they are manageable. um yeah, like easy to find out weak points and stuff like that, so just simple, you know very simple boss fights, I guess. You just have to figure out where's their weak point, the usual like highlighted body parts or whatever. So yeah. And for this boss fight right here, her weakness is cold weather. So you just have to like break open the windows and just start shooting or knifing way away even. On my first playthrough with this fight, I didn't use a gun at all. I used my knife. But for this footage, I've kind of changed it up because this is actually my second playthrough. Alright, so far I love most of the locations in the game. All the levels are cool. The main hub area is interesting, and it slowly as you play, it opens up newer places to explore and like treasures to find. So that's another good thing that I want to point out. The puzzles in this game are actually interesting because they do like get you um treasures and money that you can get. It's basically kind of like the tombs in the Tomb Raider remake or the reboot. So yeah, that's what I can compare it to. But if I were to say there's a level that I don't really like, or rather have a love-hate relationship with, is definitely the factory, Heisenberg's factory. That's one place that I have a kind of love-hate relationship with because, for one, to be very honest, it's a scary place. Like a factory is a scary place, alright? There are it feels kinda like Terminator 2 with all the like machines, the machine type like enemies that come towards you. So yeah, there's that. And the dark tight corridors and like small corners and all those kind of things, like tight corners and all that kind of stuff. Like yeah, those are like what really makes it that much scarier. So yeah, definitely that's one of the best like levels as in terms of like the environmental scares or yeah, stuff like that. But I don't know, I just don't like it because it felt a bit too long, like in terms of a level. So yeah, that's what I feel about it. It was a bit too long, and yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna get through the whole like speedrun aspect of it because there is a trophy for speedrunning through this game, I think in 3 hours. So if you complete the game in 3 hours, you get like completion points, and yeah, so you can unlock uh, infinite ammo and concept art, artworks, character models, and all that using the completion points. So yeah, that's a good thing though to unlock those kind of things. Okay, so now I just want to talk about this on a side note. Poor Ethan Winters. That poor boy's hand has been fucked up so many times through the course of Resident Evil 7 and 8. Like this, for example, behind me. So you see, he got his hands been chopped off so many times, his legs been chopped off so many times. So yep, yeah, it's I don't want to spoil why he's able to do that, but yeah, it's an interesting like little bit of detail they added into the game to make it possible. Like yeah, but it's really awesome. You all should go find out what it is about, and yeah, he got his hand back, and just like that, pour some healing liquid on it or goop, and it's back on. And here's the weird part though. It even magically fixes his jacket back, the sleeves. Alright, so for this part here, I'm going to quickly talk about the weapons in the game. Some of the weapons are really awesome, and I am a gun crazy person, so I want to talk about the Magnum in this game because it's so awesome, and you can see behind me. So it's the M1851 Wolf's Burn. Yes, it's the Bane reference. Haha. So yeah, you think silver bullets are your ally? Yeah. So yeah, that's an awesome Magnum. I already unlocked the infinite ammo for it. One cool thing I love about this game is that the special weapons, right? They all have like engravings on them, and like they are like uniquely decorated. So for example, I don't know, like this gun has like a nice brushed metal finish and ivory grips. So like how could you go wrong with a beautiful looking gun like that, which is so powerful that you can basically win the game in like a few minutes. So yeah, that's interesting a bit about it. And also the grenade launcher also comes engraved. The starting shotgun comes engraved and stuff like that. Yeah, and some other cool weapons. Um, and for the first time in a first-person Resident Evil game, they introduced a sniper rifle, which is awesome as well. All right, so the final thing I want to talk about in terms of this game is unlocking infinite ammo modes. So compared to Resident Evil 7, where you had to complete the game on the hardest difficulty to unlock the infinite ammo option, in Resident Evil 8, you have it kind of easier. So basically, what you have to do is first you have to complete the game, and then you'll get the bonuses option. So once you get the bonus option, you can go in there and check like what guns are available to unlock for the infinite ammo option. But the thing is, some guns have locks on them, so they have like certain requirements. For example, you have to um, like upgrade the gun fully and then buy all the parts for it available. So like for example, I'm going to use the M1851 Wolfsburg as an example. So uh, for that you have to get the two attachments for it. Okay, they will show you on the gun screen how many attachments there are for this gun. So some of them might have three, some of them might have two. So for the Wolf's Bane or Wolf's Burn, uh, they have two attachments. One is a extended barrel, which you find in Heisenberg's factory, and the other one you can buy in the store from the merchant, which is a um, like larger magazine, I guess. So it brings up your total ammo count from 5 in the chamber to 7. So yeah, so cool stuff like that. So once you've gotten the two parts and fully upgrade the gun in terms of like whatever upgrades that are available at the merchant, then you can go to the bonus menu after you completed your game, or when you save your game or whatever, and you exit the game, you go into the bonus menu and you can go and unlock the infinite ammo option for that specific gun. So yeah, it's cool. It's really awesome. Kind of makes the game a little bit easier, but I mean, yeah, you might need those for like in terms of completion for the harder difficulties. So yeah, I think that will be a good option for like completing the harder difficulties in this game. All right, so that is pretty much my take and like what I thought about the game, like what cool features are in there and like things that I like, things that I dislike. So yeah, and by the way, before I forget, yes, I did not like the whole like popping melon effect of the heads, even though it's weird and it's cool. Like it's a cool way to know that you finally killed the zombie or the lycans. But I don't know. I just don't like it. Like they look so fucking tough and yet they can burst like a fucking watermelon. So that's what I don't understand. So, anyways, okay. My final verdict for this game. In the past, when I used to do reviews, I used to give it a number score. But I think now I'll just stick to like whether you should play it or not, or whether you should buy it or not. Yeah, something simple like that. I don't want to give it number scores anymore. I don't think number scores are um, a good option anymore. So, uh, for this game, definitely go buy it. Okay, I would recommend playing this. I am a fan of Resident Evil for a long time. I've been playing since I was a kid. So, yeah, definitely go get it, try it out. It's worth it. Yes, it has some bad moments, some good moments, but yeah, overall it's a fun game and definitely go try it out. So, yep, that's been my review for Resident Evil 8 Village, aka Resident Evil 8 Van Helsing, the game. Alright, take care, power on, take care, and be safe.